Hi everybody, it's John here. It's July the 9th. I'm sat in my 41-year-old MGB and I'm about to set off to John O'Groats to do John O'Groats to Land's End. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing. It started off as a straight John O'Groats to Land's End drive. Then I realised I'd have to drive up to John O'Groats and back from Land's End. And so it then developed into a let's do a Round Britain. So I'll be starting here at Wetherby and driving north up to John O'Groats, coming back down the west side, stopping at one or two places I've never been, down to Land's End, Stonehenge, Brighton, and then back up to Wetherby. Whole thing I reckon should take me about 8 days or something like that. The other challenge I've set myself is that seeing as how the car is from 1978, long before the days of sat-nav, I'm going to do it all old school and I'm going to navigate just using a road atlas. I'm sitting in a lay-by just outside Wetherby, about to set off on the trip. Car's all serviced, looks okay. Not going too far tonight. First stop has got to be Morpeth, so wish me luck. We'll see how we get on. Okay, we've just pulled into Washington Services near Newcastle. I've just booked into a hotel in Morpeth. Car is running absolutely fine, running quite cool, oil pressure's up over 75, absolutely no problems whatsoever. I booked into the Waterford Hotel in Morpeth and had a quick look around the town. Morning, it's 10 to 9. I've just checked out the hotel. Next stop is going to be Falkirk Wheel. The Falkirk Wheel is a rotating boat lift connecting the Forth and Clyde Canal with the Union Canal. It's a magnificent piece of engineering, opened in 2002. My stop for the night was Aviemore, where I booked into the Hilton Hotel. Okay, good morning. It's just gone 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. I only got as far as Aviemore last night, decided to take a break there. About 150 miles to go to John O'Groats. Should be there by, well, midday, something like that. Here we are, arriving in John O'Groats. Just leaving John o' Groats, heading along towards Thurso. Booked into the Royal Hotel, a lot less grand than it sounds. Good morning, it's day 4. Stayed the night in Thurso and this morning is just a short drive down to Scrabster, taking the ferry across to Orkney, and I'm going to do a bike ride around Orkney. This is us parked up in the car park at Scrabster, and now we're heading across to the terminal. It's about a 10-minute walk apparently. Just follow the road. The crossing from Orkney takes 90 minutes from Scrabster to Stromness, passing the old man of Hoy on the way. After arriving in Stromness, I made my way to a bike shop where I'd hired a bike for the day. Okay, I've just picked up a bike in Stromness, just got out of the town, found the sign for Scarabray, and we're on our way. Oh, Scarabray, 4 miles. That's an interesting place name. Not sure what it's called, but as we're approaching Scarabray, there's a lovely loch to ride by. Just brilliant riding on these roads. And here we are. Scarabray, didn't take long at all. Scarabray is a Stone Age settlement dating back 5,000 years. It was discovered in 1850 when a huge storm washed away the sand and soil, exposing the houses. This reconstruction gives an idea of what the interior would have looked like. There are 10 interconnected houses, and it is thought 50 to 100 people may have lived here. This is Scale House. Scale House was owned by the gentleman who found Scarabray in 1850, all I know. Okay, leaving Scarabray, turn right at the end. And now we're going to take the B9055 to Brodgar. This little road here. The Ring of Brodgar has a diameter of 340 feet. Originally containing 60 stones, only 27 remain. Next, it was a short ride to the Ness of Brodgar. This is a vast complex of buildings discovered in 2003 and still being excavated today. Well, that was the Ness of Brodgar. Carry on. Next stop, the Standing Stones of Stonehenge. Built around 5,400 years ago, this ring originally had 12 stones, though only 6 remain. I think I've seen all I came to see, so now it's just a few miles back into Stromness. Take the bike back, plenty of time, have a cup of coffee somewhere. And this is Stromness High Street, going back to the bike shop. When I got back to the car, I found we had company. Morning all. Today I'm going to go along the northern coast to Tongue, turn left, head down to the Great Glen, and then down to Fort William. Just driving into Bonner Bridge. So far this morning we've gone from Thurso along to Tongue, down to Lairg, and now Bonner Bridge. But we've just reached the top end of Loch Ness, so we're going to go down the Great Glen to Fort William. I stopped at Spearn Bridge to see the monument to the commandos, set in the terrain where they trained. So navigation using old school is going just fine. I've got a map with a route highlighted in with a highlighter, and then all I do is I make a note of which road numbers I want, one after the other. And so today I'm going from Fort William, A82 Glencoe, all the way to Glasgow, and then looking for the M74 to Carlisle. And it's working very well. Next I drove up Glencoe. Then stopped my drive for the day at a B&B in Balloch at the foot of Loch Lomond. Spent the night in Balloch. Today I'm heading off A82 to Glasgow, M74 Carlisle and M6 South. Probably getting to about Preston today. I had a quick stop at the wonderful T-Bay services on the M6. This is it, folks, the A59 takes me all the way to Harrogate. Breaking off now, I'm going to go home, I have a party, give the car a good old grease over and what have you, and I'll pick you up again when I come back to continue the journey down to Land's End. I'm just back on the M62. Heading south. Today's trip is going to be to a mountain roller coaster at Betsy Coed. It's called the Forest Coaster. I'm going to have 2 or 3 trips on that, and then I'm heading south towards Cheddar Gorge. I don't know how far I'll get. It'll just depend on the day. We had a bit of a change of plan in that I'd intended going home for a couple of days and then carrying on, but things got in the way. I had some work done on the car, and then it was winter, so we're now setting off to do the balance of the trip actually a year later. So we're now in the era of COVID-19 and wearing masks, so I just have another 4 days to finish off the whole trip. Well, so far car's going well. I was soon at Zip World in Betsy Coed. Ready for my trip on the Forest Coaster mountain roller coaster. Well, I've just done the Forest Coaster in Betsy Coed, and now I'm going to head off towards Cheddar Gorge. I don't know how far I'll get to Shrewsbury maybe, or Hereford, I don't know, before I have to stop for the night. It's been a great ride, nearly left my stomach behind, but really enjoyed it. I passed the Pontysilty Aqueduct and stopped for a look. And ended the day at the Godwin's Hotel in Hereford. Okay, spent last night at the Godwin's, which is this hotel just behind us, and today we're heading down to Cheddar Gorge and then hopefully down to Land's End. Could be very busy. See how we get on. Well, this is Cheddar, and this is the way for the gorge and the caves. Cheddar Gorge is 3 miles long and up to 440 feet deep. It has formed over the last 1.2 million years by flooding at the end of successive ice ages. Then it was back to the M5 and A30 to Land's End. I had a quick look round, took some photos and got a picture of the car in front of the entrance. So we've done Land's End, we've turned round and now we're heading back to Newquay. Okay, 3075 we want, Newquay. I finished my day at the Barrowfield Hotel in Newquay. I'm in my room in Newquay. Done about 320 miles today. Set off from Hereford this morning about 8 o'clock. Took me 3 hours to get to Cheddar Gorge. Then I've been down to Land's End and finally back to Newquay. Next morning I had a longish drive to Stonehenge. We went through the Salt Ash Tunnel on the A38 and over the Tamar Toll Bridge. We soon reached Stonehenge, built between 3000 and 2500 BC. Okay, that's Stonehenge done. Now we're going to head on to Basingstoke, where I've got a hotel booked for the night, and then tomorrow is home. And so off we go. Then it was on to the M3 in Basingstoke, where I'd booked into the Holiday Inn. Just spent the night in the Holiday Express in Basingstoke. Journey nearly over now. All I've got to do is get back on the M3, up to the M25, round the M25 to the A1, and then head north up to Wetherby, which is where I'll end the journey. So I'll be glad when it's over. We were soon round the M25 to the A1M northbound and stopped at Baldock Services for a break. Oh, that's the first stint over. Now we can have a break. We were joined by 2 minis. It's filled up with fuel and we're back on the road. Finally we saw the sign for Wetherby and knew we were nearly home. Well, back where we started. Me and the MG have just completed our 2,500 mile round Britain trip. I have to say the car performed faultlessly, never missed a beat, never used any oil, any water, not had to top up any fluids. Glad to say the journey's over. It's been a long few days.